Welcome to the Innerscape podcast.
Hi, Judith.
Hi, Tina. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Enjoying this gorgeous sunshine that's coming through the windows. A little bit under the weather, but can't complain. Just sorry if I'm sniffing sometimes.
It's all right. So, we would like to welcome all of our listeners today. We prepared a really exciting topic. We are going to discuss trauma and drama that is present in our lives. So, I wanted to ask you, Judith, do you feel that trauma and drama is present in your everyday life, or do you feel that is controlling some areas of your life?
Well, I'd like to separate these two topics here because
It's a good idea.
I think traumas are always present in our lives because the traumas that we experience in the first few months of our lives follow us for the whole journey because those are the first impressions. This is how our attachment styles and personalities are being formed. So it's quite a permanent. A trauma is a permanent mark on your personality that you probably have to work on your entire life. On the other hand, drama. So what drama is actually? Drama is an intensity. In many cases, drama is an artificially generated intensity in your life. People love drama. I think everyone in a way, but what we really love about it's the intensity of it.
Right. I mean, I'm not sure if everyone likes it. I know I liked it for a very, very long time, but I think it comes from personality, if you like it or not, or something that was influencing you maybe in the past, that you are attached to drama. But I know a lot of like peaceful people who don't have drama in their life at all, which to me seems almost impossible, but yeah, it's interesting. So you think trauma is not connected to drama? So you don't think that it's a linear consequences?
No, that's an interesting question. I think we create drama in our lives to replace, drama. There is real drama, and we must not disregard actual real dramas in our lives, which is losing someone, losing a loved one, your grandparents, or experiencing some catastrophe. You can have your house burned down, or any personal drama. You can be drop out of your university that you thought you will build your life on, or
Yeah, but you
or
see,
anything.
I think that's where it differs. I think that's trauma. Like, it's not drama. Drama is exactly what you say, that's what we create after the trauma happened. But I think trauma happens to us. And the drama part is what we create after that. We kind of lean into it, and then we continue the bad thing that happened to us. What do you think?
I think yes and no, because you said that we create drama as a consequence of a trauma, but I also think that we do create drama. We produce drama because our life is not entertaining enough. It's not exciting enough. I tell you an example. I come from a very tiny village from Hungary. And when I tell people that I grew up in the nature, in a picturesque little village that you usually see these murder mystery British shows filmed in, And some people think that, oh, that how idyllic that is. And I have to disagree, because it's a very toxic environment, because most people there don't have too much going on in their life, so they're really preoccupied with the neighbors and everyone else's lives.
Yeah.
So there's so much gossip and just minding others' business is going on. So I think that's a kind of drama, when we create drama when we're bored, when we want that intensity, we want that excitement, we want to feel
Definitely, yeah.
we want to feel alive, busy, and actively involved in something. That's a way of creating drama. But also, you don't have to live in a small village. I think it happens so easily that as a child, you're full of dreams. And then you grow up, the vast majority of us don't fulfill our potential. And that's really normal. I don't want to judge anyone, because I don't think I have fulfilled my potential either. But I think if you don't find hobbies or daily activities that you can put your energy in, and you can really, you can use your energy for, then you will remain bored. Therefore, you will always look out for drama, for scenarios that you can turn into drama. So what do you think, Tina?
No, I totally agree with this. I also experienced that, not in a small village level, because I was kind of raised in a big city, but in my family, so in the micro environment, it was really present. So before, I was really feeding on drama, because that's what I learned. That's where I grew up in, and now I can say that I found my peace. But to find this peace, I had to distance myself, like physically, from the whole thing. So from the family drama, from what I got used to, this type of trying to find excitement in everyday life, because I was used to having huge fights within my family. Everyone was fighting with everyone. So that was the intensity that I was used to. So when I went to college, I needed to work. I mean, not needed to, but I decided to work 3 different jobs while I was studying. I was doing a lot of sports, like 10 hours of sports, so super intense. And I was going out every weekend to party. So, when you are in a relationship, you cannot find a peaceful relationship. It can never be peaceful, because your life is so intense. You constantly have these stimulations that, after, good luck to have a peaceful relationship when your life is so intense. So yeah, that's what I experienced, that I needed this excitement and intensity. And then I moved abroad, and then I started to travel, started to connect with nature, started to be more conscious about my living and lifestyle, eating habit and everything. And then things started to calm down. So now, it was a long process. It was not so easy as I say it, but yeah, I found this peace, and now it's kind of drama free. So I don't need to fight. I don't need super intense lifestyle like before, which is interesting, because that's what I learned. But distancing yourself from it physically, I think, yeah, it can show you a different way to live life.
I'm glad that you gave another example, because in the beginning I said that the traumas happen in the first couple of months of your life, but that's not entirely true, because you can unfortunately face traumas any part of your life, as we discussed earlier, through the different examples. But I wanted to reflect to what you just said, because you mentioned that you had all these dramas going on in your family, right? And this
Yeah.
is why you brought it. So that was a learned pattern.
Yeah.
So you thought that, okay, so this is how a relationship looks like.
Yeah.
Which also,
that was the normal for me.
yeah. And for so many people,
Yeah.
and we're prone to have drama with two type of people. So it's either with next to kin people, so our partners or the closest relatives, because they're the only people who can trigger us in depth. They trigger our attachment styles, they trigger our deepest scars and emotions.
Yeah.
So I think relationship drama is one of the most common drama, and daughter mother dramas. I think I can easily say that that's true. Mother daughter dramas. And it's not because it's a female trait, but because we're most of us are more connected to our emotions and express it, and not we don't release it into other activities.
Yeah.
Like men do, maybe.
Yeah, but it may seem like men don't have that much drama, because of course women are more expressive, but at the same time, just because it's oppressed, I think they still have drama in their life.
Oh yes, of course. I totally agree. I just meant that it's more loud and it's more on the surface for women,
Yeah,
and
for
this is
sure.
why there's this term that the drama queen. But
Yeah.
So many times I think in a relationship, drama is wanting to be heard and be validated.
Mm-hmm.
We hurt, and because we don't know how to communicate, and maybe I can communicate to you, or I can communicate at my workplace. I'm a PR manager. I can stand in front of an audience and just talk crap easily. But when it comes to relationship, sometimes it's so hard to say that I want to be loved, or I just need to be held.
Mm-hmm.
That's vulnerability. And when we're in the middle of a fight with our partners, it's easier to get into a drama, to get angry, because anger is also a mask on much deeper and much more painful feelings. A psychotherapist told me once that with anger we conceal more painful feelings. We conceal fear of abandonment, shame, anything that would be more painful to feel, to let us sense than anger. So I think relationship dramas are very common because we're triggered by our partners in a level that we are not triggered in any other relationship other than our parents, by our parents in our childhood, and also because we want to be validated, heard, and we don't know how to communicate because we're triggered back into our childhood level brain.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make any sense?
Yeah.
When you're in the middle of a fight in a relationship, you don't think as an intelligent adult.
Definitely.
You go back to your inner child, to that insecure child. And this is why it bursts into a drama.
Yeah, I do agree with this, that those things are triggered, especially in our closest relationships. But I think also this can be triggered in workplaces and even with friendships, or even on the street with a stranger. I see it from so many people that they just turn out of themselves, like they react. You can see straight that they react from a place that is not about you. They just live in this drama, and it's crazy that even for a stranger you can be so affected by.
Yeah, this is why I started my line with saying that the two people we had drama with, so it's either next of kin
Mm-hmm.
or complete strangers, the postman, the cashier at Lidl, the guy on the bus, whoever, but that's fake drama. That's not about them. That's inside you. You have so much tension inside yourself because of something else. But you went out, and because drama as well is a tool to release mental, physical, and emotional tension. So we lash out on random people who do not deserve it.
Right.
Because we find relief in that. And we do have to deal with the actual problem, but you have to rise up to an awareness level to be able to recognize it first and then work on it.
Yeah, that's true. I also had something in mind about like relationship dramas, because I agree with what you say that we get triggered and then we create drama in our relationships. But at the same time, I felt many times that I'm creating drama about something that is not so important. And I believe that it's really important. And I had to realize that I'm just creating this drama about unimportant things, because so many times we are trying to find small annoying things in the other, in our partners, just to prove something, just to prove that they are wrong or they are not good for us, they are not the one. And you're trying to prove this unconsciously, of course. And even though they are perfect and you fit together so well, but you find these small things that you could just let go, but you decide to fight about it or fight over it. And I did this in so many relationships that I had, and I had to learn how not to do this. And what I realized is this is all connected to the same thing that you say, that we want to feel accepted, we want to feel loved. And we create this unnecessary drama or tension because we want to ruin the relationship, of course, again, unconsciously, because we don't really feel that we can let in love or that we deserve love, and then we can trust this person. And I think this is the two biggest issue in a way, or like struggle for many of us, that how to accept love and how to trust one another. And I think it all goes back to this, that why would we otherwise destroy these relationships with unnecessary drama? And I think the underlying issue is truly this feeling that you don't deserve it, so you have to destroy it, because then you protect yourself, right?
Yeah, and I can see some of our mutual friends very heavily nodding to this sentence who have experienced, and I can totally relate to that as well, because we do self-sabotage happiness if we don't think that we deserve it, and this is a complex paradox in here, because we want to be happy, we want to feel relaxed and just have a peaceful relationship with someone. But on the other hand, if you deep down, if you didn't get that secure relationship pattern in your childhood, then you're going to go against it and prove that you don't deserve it, and as you said, try to ruin it. So yeah, it's very good to keep an eye on our actions and subconscious patterns.
Yeah.
But we talked a lot about relationships here, which is definitely one of the main platform of dramas. But you told me something earlier that in your 20s you were running around like crazy and you looked for this intensity. And I meant to reflect to that because I think it's normal. In your 20s, you're so energetic. You're looking for, you're trying to find out who you are,
Yeah.
and you're trying to do everything. And especially where you grew up, Tina, the whole world opened up for you. You grew up in the EU with open borders, and so you grew up as a millennial. You had now the technology, the internet, the open borders, the opportunity to move abroad, to study abroad, to do whatever you want. And it's this abundance of choices
Yeah.
also creates drama because, my dad said that he grew up in the communism and he had the best life. He could buy a house, he had a stable job, and I've heard horror stories as well, and I know especially my family really suffered the communist era. We lost a lot, and anyway, I don't want to get into that. But there was a secure future. But the way we grew up, and especially the kids now, Gen Z, and then the following generation, I think they're Gen A. We start again the ABC. Anyway, it's very confusing and it's so easy to create drama and also feel numb because we do face real life problems. Especially now, we face problems in the world. There's constant conflict, and we had a pandemic, and we have an economic and political instability. And to divert our attention from the real drama, we do create little fake drama so we don't have to focus on the real drama. Does it make any sense?
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I think each generation has their unique kind of drama or problems. So it's a huge topic again. Like it's hard to mention everything, but I know what you mean. Like looking at our generation, maybe we can talk from experience. We do face a lot of change. We came from a kind of a time when we still experienced communism,
The post
after
effects.
the post effects of communism, and also the start of the technological era, the digital era, and this type of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then a lot of, as you say, pandemic and all these crises in the world. So we have to adapt, and we create extensive drama as well, because when at the moment we don't have anything, then we crave for something, some kind of intensity. But I also believe that it comes back to if you feel like you fulfilled your life or you haven't fulfilled your life. Because what you were talking about is that in my 20s I was still looking for myself, and I was trying to figure out things, and I think not just our generation, but each generation is on their own level are trying to look for their own fulfillment. And I believe that when you don't live in the life that you want to live in, then you're constantly creating drama because you feel bored. And now we're going back to the same topic as at the beginning. Yeah, that we need this type of intensity, this excitement, because if you go to the same job every day, do the same things every day, then maybe you're not feeling fulfilled. And some people do, and they live peacefully, but some people are like creating this extra drama in workplaces as well, within friendship and relationships. just because they know, they feel that they meant to do something bigger
More.
and more, but they're scared to choose it. And then this is the moment when you create drama. And I felt this many times in my life during the searching phase as well. Did you ever feel this?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Your unacknowledged abilities will always turn back on you. And I felt that when I didn't dance, I had periods when I skipped dancing completely because I worked in hospitality. I had late evening shifts and I moved countries and I focused on establishing friendships and just a life. I didn't prioritize dancing and I was always upset and not just I didn't just create drama, but it also kept my physical problems going because I think I needed to be preoccupied with something. And my question is here that have you asked yourself, do you dare to choose something big enough in your life? Do you dare to challenge yourself and you go after your dreams and your vision, whatever you think would make you happy? Because if not, there is a chance that you will fill in these gaps with artificially created drama in your life.
Definitely, yeah. Another question that I would mention here is that it's an amazing access consciousness question. Something like, what is it that we decided that it's okay enough for us, and we stop ourselves at this point because we believe that it is enough for us. So what is it that we have decided that is enough and we shouldn't push further? So where are the areas of our lives where we stop ourselves to become even bigger?
Do you mean that where we compromised?
Exactly.
For a quiet, small life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we're not saying here that everyone has to shoot for the stars. Not everyone has to, I don't know, have big dreams such as becoming an astronaut or a famous composer or whoever. It can be anything that makes you happy. So the question here is, have you compromised with what you have now? And let go of what you really want to do or have? Are you keeping yourself entertained with little dramas here and there? But there's something that you said, Tina, earlier, with just now, that gave me a light bulb moment, is that you mentioned very correctly that every generation has its own challenges and perks and difficulties. I read an article from a historian and sociologist who wrote about the current generation's problems. And I just wonder if this whole cancel culture and woke trend, and everyone is just being so offended all the time. You can't even have, for example, Friends, the TV series, is not politically correct anymore. It's offensive in many ways. And I wonder if is this real drama? And I'm not trying to lose audience here because guys, I'm happy with everyone. I'm a very open-minded person.
100%.
I don't mind. I don't care if you're black and white or yellow, green, blue, LGBTQ, whatever your religion, whatever your diet, whatever your interest, hobbies, sexual orientation, I don't care.
Yeah.
My motto is live and let live. So I accept everybody. But my question here is that all this drama, is this necessary? Or is this generation, are we just really spoiled and we live in a comfortable, peaceful life in the Western world right now? Yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped the mic now.
Wow. Leave me without speech.
Unsubscribed.
Yeah.
Unsubscribed.
I'm not sure if we can talk about if I dare to speak about these things like at the beginning of our podcast journey. But yeah, I mean, I know I can back you up. You did that. You're a super open-minded person without judgment of any of these communities, and that's also our point with this podcast, to open up conversations and taboos and really talk about these things without the drama part. So just because we have opinions, it doesn't mean that we have to create a fight. We can let things. It's like with thoughts, right? We let thoughts to control us, but they don't matter. They're not us. We believe that we are our own thoughts and opinions, but no, it's not true. They come and go in our lives. Every second you have a thought. Does it have to control you? I don't think so. Do you have to create such a big deal about everything just because you're
You feel
so
strong.
Yeah, you feel so strong about your opinion? And I was really like this. I was super opinionated about everything. I always had an opinion about every cause, and maybe it was for a good reason, you know. Maybe I was supporting someone who was pushed down, and I was so strong about this opinion, but it doesn't make it right. Because what if the other person who we think is wrong or a bad person, why do we have to shame them? Or, you know, this is not the way to fight a fight. I think
Yes.
if you take out the drama part, then acceptance comes in. So maybe you can change a situation or an opinion in a more peaceful way, other
Yes,
than
exactly.
dramatizing everything.
And just put aside the joke I had earlier. I'd like to mention here that I don't want to ignore the serious problems in the world and all the serious problems that are behind many of the current liberal movements, because we do every movement that we have had in the past few years, even the woke culture, the Me Too, everything has really serious roots.
Yeah.
But my problem is, my question is that when it turns into an extreme, then we're not better than the other side, the other extreme.
Exactly.
Because then there's just one over dramatized extreme against another one, and nobody's really getting the result that the first intention was.
Yeah. So all these movements, like the woke culture and everything that we experience as a community or a society, I think they're important, and they bring awareness. But as you say,
Yeah.
when you go into extreme and there is no stopping, then it's gonna just create the opposite result.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to mention that Sadhguru was. I was listening to one of his speeches, and he's also talking a lot about these dramas that we create in our smaller circles and in the big society. And he said something that you are misunderstanding your psychological drama as life, but your psychological drama is yours. Just maybe it's badly directed. And I think it's so funny. It's true. It feels like a drama, like a theatrical drama situation that we create in our lives, but we direct it in a bad way. But when we direct it in a good way, then we feel happy and we enjoy it, right? So it's all up to us what we create. Do you want to create a bad drama where you suffer, or you want to create a good drama where you enjoy it?
Yeah. You asked me earlier if I experienced boredom and creating drama. And yes, when I was unhappy with myself, I created drama everywhere. And maybe I think what you just said is a beautiful closure for this conversation, if you agree, unless you have something else to say. But I'd like to ask the audience, think of times when you feel unhappy or dissatisfied in your life. Maybe instead of creating drama, try to think how and where you can improve your life, because happy people have much less drama, that's for sure. They experience more. You say balance, harmony, but it's all just experiencing that intensity in the right place of your life.
Yeah, beautiful. It's a good question to think about, where you can update your life, which areas, and where you can eliminate drama. And I can tell you all that it's possible to get out of this pattern where you constantly create drama in your life, because I did it, you did it, and it's possible for everyone to find your own peace. And trust me, when you live your life drama free, everything is so light and easy and happy, and things can still come to you as a negativity, but you react in a completely different way. So I want to say thank you to you, Judith, for this conversation, and to all of our listeners who was with us today. And I hope you all gonna find a drama-free life, or embrace your drama queenness.
Yeah, when you just mentioned drama-free, I'm like, I'm not there at all, and I don't know if I ever get there. But less drama is an achievable goal.
For sure.
Yes. Thank you all to be with us today, and we will see you next time.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
If you like this episode, please leave a review, share your thoughts in a comment, and spread the word of our podcast so it can reach many who might need to hear it. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and leave us a 5-star rate if you're happy with our podcast, and/or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content and discussions.